Hi, this is Anurup Kaur and this is my end of the semester reflection video. So let's get started. ECE 122 Social Justice Nurturing Communities. It is a course that helps us understand how different forms of inequality affect children, families, and communities. We explore topics such as race and racism, gender and sexuality, poverty and classism, ableism and disability inclusion, cultural diversity, human rights, and the role of early childhood educator in creating equitable spaces. The purpose of this course is to help future educators recognize bias, challenge discrimination, and build environments where every child feels safe, respected, and valued. This course is very relevant to the ECE profession because children begin noticing differences very early, and the way we respond shapes their self-esteem, identity, and sense of belonging. As educators, we are part of a child's ecological system and we play a major role in either reinforcing inequality or promoting equity and inclusion. The social justice concept I chose is race, racism, and anti-racism. I chose this topic because race influences children's daily experiences and racism continues to affect many families in Canada. As educators, we must understand how racism works and so we can support children and create fair learning environments. Before taking this class, I understood racism mostly as individual action. These things like name calling, stereotypes, or unfair treatment between people. I know racism was a problem in society, but I didn't fully understand how early children notice race or how racism is built into systems like schools, media, and institutions. I also didn't fully realize how much influence educators have on shaping children's attitudes about identity, differences, and fairness. What I learned about this topic during the course. During this course, my understanding grew significantly. I learned that race is socially constructed, as race isn't biological, it was created by society to classify and separate people. But racism is very real in its impacts. I learned that racism is systematic because it isn't just individual acts. It shows up in policies, expectations, school practices, media, and the way society treats different groups. I learned that children notice race early, as this was one of the most powerful lessons. Children notice skin color in the early years and start forming ideas about race based on what they see and hear. This means early childhood settings are a critical place to challenge biases. I learned how stereotypes harm children because assumptions about how children behave or learn can shape how educators treat them and can affect their confidence and opportunities. I learned that anti-racism requires action. Being not racist is not enough. Anti-racism means speaking up, challenging unfair practices, creating environments where all children see themselves presented. How does learning transform my values, attitudes, and beliefs? This course changed my thinking in many ways, as I now understand that racism is not just personal, but it is systemic. This means educators must be aware of how our decisions and environments can unintentionally reinforce inequality. I also realized that my own identity and experiences shape how I see children and families. This helped me become more reflective and more aware of my own biases. Before this course, I focused mostly on celebrating differences, but now I understand that true inclusion means addressing fairness, equity, and power. It means not avoiding discussions about race, but approaching them in developmentally appropriate ways. Most importantly, this course strengthened my beliefs that anti-racism is part of professional ethics in early childhood education. How this learning impacts my professional ECE practice. This course has had a major impact on how I plan to work in diverse early childhood settings. I will intentionally use diverse and, and inclusive materials. Like books, dolls, posters, and toys will reflect many cultures and skin tones so every child feels seen. I will challenge stereotypes and biased comments. Like if a child repeats something harmful, I won't ignore it. I will turn it into a teachable moment about fairness, kindness, and respect. I will respect and engage with families as I as I want as I will avoid assumptions about parenting, culture, and identity. Instead, I will communicate openly and build relationships based on curiosity and respect. I will continue to reflect on my own biases because self-reflection is essential in preventing unintentional harm. I will advocate for equitable practices, whether it's curriculum curriculum choices, program possible policies, or team discussions. I will speak up when something disadvantages racialized children or families. Overall, this course helped me understand that being an ECE means being an advocate. My role is not only to teach children but to support justice, belonging, and equity in everything I do. In conclusion, ECE 122 helped me understand the realities of race and racism and the importance of being an anti-racist educator. This course transformed both my both my personal understanding and my personal approach. I am committed to creating classrooms where every child feels valued, respected, and empowered to be themselves. Thank you for listening.